Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Island Stats Women's Football Show in conjunction with the Bermuda Football Association. I'm Earl Baston, your host. I have with me members of the Bermuda Under-15 Women's National Team who will be representing us later this month on international duty. We'll first let them introduce themselves. Ladies, when you see yourself on, just introduce yourself. We'll start with Kiande.
Hi, my name is Kiande.
Good evening, my name is Angela Simons.
Good evening, my name is Jella Peets Waterfield.
Hello, my name is Taya Rodriguez.
Say that again?
Taya Rodriguez.
Okay, all right. Well, good evening, ladies. Clearly, this opportunity comes around pretty fast. Jayla, let's start with you. Is this your first international duty, or have you played for Bermuda before?
No, I haven't. This is my first time going on a national trip.
Okay. What are some of the things you have been working on outside of the team to kind of make sure you're ready and prepared for this challenge?
Well, where we're going is going to be very, very, very hot. So a lot of hydration is to be worked on, and mainly trying to keep calm when I'm out there, since it's my first time. So I'm pretty anxious about the whole thing. So trying to keep calm is one of the main things I got to work on.
Okay. All right, Taya, what about you? What have you been doing personally to prepare yourself outside of the team for this upcoming event?
Personally, I've been working about a lot of, as a goalkeeper, you have to be able to use your hands, but also your feet. So personally, I've been, outside of training, I've been working on my touch and trying to hit those long balls.
Okay. And what about you, Angela?
Personally, I've been working with Coach Leo Burgess with little foot drills and helping me work on my endurance and with just playing out of the back and learn how to play my position as a center back.
Okay. And last but not least, Kiande?
Along with Taya, I've been working on my touch and I've been doing my fitness training. I've been going on runs with my family and stuff to help me train.
Okay. All right. You girls, the tournament's the 31st of July to the 7th in Miami. So looking at it, you got a big task ahead, but is it something that you're looking forward to? I know, Jayla, you said you're anxious. How about that anxiousness? How long have you had this anxiousness and you've been ready to go, in preparation for this?
Well, even just starting national team, I was like ready, like, oh my gosh, I'm probably going to be able to go on a trip, go places, it's going to be so cool. But anxiety, I've been anxious ever since I started. It's been just so crazy. I was able to have opportunities to go on multiple ones, but I haven't been able to. But this is the first one I'm able to go on. So I'm so excited and pumped for this.
Mm. And Taya, for you as the goalkeeper, something that clearly everyone looks at the goalkeeper when ball goes in the net, but you have a team around you. How do you gel with your teammates to ensure that they're doing their job and you're doing your job?
Communication is probably a really big part as a goalkeeper because you see everything, and also just making sure that every step of the ball that your teammate takes, that you're able to give them options as well.
Mm. And Kiande, what position do you play?
I play center midfield, but I play lower on the field.
Okay, more defensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a vital job as well, winning the ball in the midfield, making sure that the other team, You stop a lot of reds.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you comfortable doing that, or is that something that you like to do, or are you one of those players that because the coach has put me here, I'm just going to do the job?
It's more of I like playing there, but at the start of the season, they played me more as a center back. So I'm starting to just adjust with who I'm playing with there and being able to send balls wide and then also adjusting to having to get back when somebody goes out in the defense and me having to come back.
Okay. And Angela, what position do you play?
I play center back.
Oh, okay. All right. That's your natural position?
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, okay. Now, are you one of those talkers, or are you one of those just play the game type of people?
No, I'm basically Taya's second pair of eyes. So I communicate, I work well with JLo. We kind of like move up and down together. So it just like I am the second pair of eyes. I do have to communicate. I love playing my position as well though.
Okay, well, great stuff. Great stuff. So let's go through what are some of the things you think the team needs to do in order to be competitive and successful on the trip. So let's start with you. Actually, let's start with you, Ashley. What are some of the things you feel this team needs to do to be competitive and successful?
I think one of the main things is encouraging each other because if your teammate is feeling down, you don't want to make them feel worse. You have to come together as a team. You have to play together as a team. We're on this trip together in the end, so you just have to make sure that you're gelled with everybody else.
What about you, Kiande?
Along with Asia, I believe that we need to come together because I'm one of them people that I like who I like, and if I don't like you, it's just like that's the way it goes. But I feel like we have to get comfortable around each other and comfortable with how each other play because some of us are stronger than others, and then the rest we're good, but we just don't gel. And I feel like that's one of the main points, and we need to just come together for this trip because this is a big opportunity.
Sure. What about you, Taya?
Like Asia and Kiande said, communication and like staying positive. So like when we get feedback, make sure it's positive feedback. So like we don't like start a riot with our teammates and everything. But other than that, I think like moving as a unit and transitioning like on the field from defense to offense is something that we should work on.
Sure. And Jayla?
Definitely coming together as a team, like everybody has said, to make this trip a very great experience for us playing and also bonding together as a team. So it'll be easier for us when we go on future trips and for this trip. So it'll help us benefit from, playing and connecting to get further in this tournament.
Sure. One thing I've heard is you guys talking about coming together. You got to come together. You got to come together. One of the things I like about, especially women and girls, when they play a sport, they're kind of honest. So clearly, there's not a whole group of coming together as of yet, but you're hoping that it does come together on the trip because you're all one part of your one team kind of thing. And how are the coaches, working with you guys to ensure that you realize that whether you like someone or not, or you speak to someone or not, you're one team and you're Bermuda kind of thing. I'm gonna because she's smiling already, so I'm gonna let Kiande answer that.
Most of the time, I don't think the coaches realize that we know that they put us in groups based on the people that we don't normally get along with. Like when we do mini matches, we'd be in groups of like people that we don't normally talk to, and then the people that we do, they'd be on the opposite team. And then our coaches try to have like conversations, like they take 15 minutes out of our sessions in the beginning to talk about how we need to get together as a group and how the outcome will show as of how we play together.
And that's positive.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you, Ejile, what are some of the things you've learned about someone which you didn't know, you kind of didn't communicate with, or you didn't know the person before you got involved in the sport?
So I'm gonna use Avery as an example. Avery is probably the best player on our team. Unfortunately, she didn't make this team, but she has very big potential. I've learned that Avery has a lot of energy. She can move around the field very fast. She just keeps going and going, and she doesn't give up, which is one of the things that is very valuable about her.
Okay. And what about you, Taya? Who's that player that you learned a bit about that you didn't know anything about prior to being in the sport?
Well, like Asia said, I learned a lot about Avi and a lot of the younger players as well. But I actually learned a lot about Jayla as well, because as a center back, like goalkeeper and center backs need to communicate a lot. And I learned that Jayla is like very fast to get back on the ball, and she's like always covering for her teammates, and she talks a lot and communicates, which is something that is like very valuable as a center back.
Sure. Okay. And Jayla, what about you?
I have learned a lot of many of the players on this team. Honestly, I have learned that everybody is just full of joy and fun. Like everybody wants to have fun on this team. Everybody wants to have fun. But specifically, one person that I really kind of admired on this team was Empress. A lot of people don't understand, but I admired her because one thing about her, she always she has this one thing on her mind, like get the ball, go get it. If she gets hurt in the process or the other person gets hurt, no matter what, she gets that ball. And that's what I really love about that passion from her, because she can't stop. She can't stop. Like you have to really get to her. Like you have to really talk to her in some way. Like even on the field, off the field, you have to talk to her in some way, get through to her some way in order for her to stop.
Okay. All right. And Kiande, what about you?
My person is Sayoni. Sayoni, she's not allowed to go on this trip with us because she injured herself. But along with Empress, Sayoni puts her body on the line to get the ball. She's willing to go to hell and back just to get the ball. And she's nice. She gets along with everyone. Like most of our teammates, we have like a group inside of the team. But Sayuni, she adapts with being with everyone. She's like the glue that keeps us all together. Because if we have a problem, it's like most of these times we just go to Sayuni, and Sayuni would try to figure it out.
Okay. All right. Glad that you guys got an opportunity to share that, because some of your teammates probably didn't even know. You look up to them, and they're the ones that help you along the way. Now, I'm going to ask you all, what do you think you yourself have to do to help this team be successful on the trip? And you yourself, what do you have to do? And I'm going to start with you, Taya.
Well, obviously as a goalkeeper, I have to make the saves, but also I coach always tells us to be playmakers, and so I want to like create opportunities for my teammates. So obviously playing out of the back, but also trying to break the line a lot and get the ball out of our half and into the attacking third.
Sure. Jayla?
I feel like everybody needs to try help everyone out, like look for other people and to not exactly depend on them, but try to actually utilize somebody else's help, so you don't have to be there alone by yourself. Like you have people there, like recognize that you have people there to help you.
What do you think you have to do, you personally?
Personally, I don't even know. Personally, I think I need to bring my energy down just a little bit.
Bring it down? Your
Yeah,
coach will call you in a
I'm a pretty
second.
high person, you know. I'm a
Your
pretty
coach
high
will call
person,
you
you
in
know.
a second. Don't bring your energy down. Bring it up.
Yep, everybody knows me from my energy. Sometimes I gotta bring it down a little bit. Sometimes a little bit. I'm a little bit too high. So
Okay. All right. As long as you recognize that, and when someone does give you that advice, you can understand where they're coming from. Kiande?
Me, I have to stop being such a negative Nancy. When I don't like something, I just don't like it, and I'm gonna find a loophole. I'm not gonna want to do that exactly. I'm gonna find a way to make it what I want. And then also with people, I like my select group, and then everyone else in the team who just tries to get near me or my friends, I just like cast them out or block them out, and that's not good for the team sport that I play. So I feel like I need to get better with adjusting around certain people.
Oh, thank you very much for being honest. Wow. Okay. Self. Okay. And Angela, how about you?
So for me, I'm not a very shy person, I would want to say, but like I'm very nervous a lot of the time. So one of the things that my coach says to me is that I need to be very confident. Like my confidence level is at right here right now. I need to be all the way up here because my confidence is kind of a little bit shaky. But I just need to be more confident. Like Taya said, I need to communicate. I need to open up my body. Just do all that stuff.
Sure. Now, clearly at the national level, you're playing a different style of football. You're being taught a little more things, and football looks just a little different at the national level. Are you all comfortable with what's being taught to you, and taking all the information in? Because clearly you're getting more information on a regular basis, at the national level, with the level of training, with the amount of training and so forth. But are you comfortable with how it's being delivered? And I'm gonna ask the person that's been so honest on this so far. Hyundai, I know you're gonna give me the truth.
I think I grasp things to a certain extent. All coaches, they believe that playing is the best way to show growth because we do like mini sessions and then we play. We play. So we've been playing with the under 20s, and we've been playing games with them on Sundays. And just this Sunday, we tried out a new formation, and I think that they delivered it well, but for certain people, because they don't want us to stick with just one position, they want us to be able to do multiple things. So they try to move us around and shift us. But when most of us play, we play how we're used to playing. And I think most of us, we get it. It just gonna take some time for us to fully comprehend.
Sure. Now, Taya, as a goalkeeper, are you comfortable with the ball at your feet, or do you like the ball in hand more so to distribute?
I feel like it's more 50-50. I feel comfortable with my hands and my feet, but like since January, like ever since the National Academy term started, we've been working on playing out of the back, and I've just grown more confidence with playing out of the back. And I feel like I trust myself and also trust my teammates to have the ball at my feet. So just distribution for me is not really something that I feel I get really nervous about because I've been working on it a lot.
Mm. And Jayla, for you, are you comfortable with the positions that they've tried you in, and just being able to release the ball? I heard you say earlier you like to spray the ball wide and so forth.
Yeah, I'm starting to get more comfortable with them putting me in different positions. Because I am originally a left or right back, but coach has started to put me in the center from the beginning when I started playing with these guys. So I'm starting to get very comfortable playing in the center. I'm I'm starting to get the gist of everything. It's pretty good. I like it. I really do. I like it. But it's a lot more work to be done, especially from me being new to the position.
Sure. And Angela, what about you? Are you very comfortable in the way they want you to play as a center half?
Yes, I am. So coach has tried me in six multiple times.
Hmm.
And it's not that I do bad in it. He just knows that I'm comfortable in center back and that like he knows how I play in center back and how I move. So I think that he just decided to stick me there. And I like that he stuck me there. I like the position.
Okay. One of the coaches has joined us, and that is Coach Keita. Coach Keita, good evening.
Good evening, guys. I wholeheartedly apologize. I have a host that's I had to do a few things, and I was unable to get on any sooner.
Okay,
But listened, and the girls have spoken really well and pretty much covered most of what it is that we would like to cover.
sure. Now, as part of the coaching unit for this team, um, looking at how they set up and obviously looking at their opponents and so forth, what are some of the things you guys have been very encouraged about thus far in working with these young ladies?
Everything. From their willingness, their ability to retain the information, their ability to play the way that Coach Don in particular wants them to play. I'm there more as a support staff member and help to just deliver his ideas and his thoughts as much as possible. This definitely is a team to watch. Their energy level is unmatched at the moment. They're always on time. They're always like hungry. They focus. Um, he is also implementing. He's giving them different tools. We played a different formation on Sunday morning. And it's something that they had to pick up and learn. And it's something that we can use throughout the academy as well. I know for myself with the senior women, this is how we're playing, and this is all we look to do. And we don't switch it up enough. And, so I'm getting a lot of ideas. As I told you guys on the show before, that I'm getting a lot of ideas that I think is going to benefit the women's program as a whole. And I feel that once these girls get to that next level, they are definitely going to be unstoppable. But I can't stress enough how proud we are that these girls have picked up on the way we want to play, how we're looking to take on our opponents. And you know us, Earl, we do scout our opponents, but we play how we play, and we're going to play how we play, and they have to match us.
Sure, sure. Well, I don't know if you heard Jayla talking about she's got to turn it down. I'm telling her no, needs to turn it up.
Turn what now?
Her energy level. She was.
No. She will peak at the right time. Her energy is definitely infectious. So, a lot of the girls have that same energy within the team. As I look at the group that's here on the screen, they all have developed so much in the past few months, since January even. And just to see the way they're playing, the confidence. I mean, they're continuously playing out of the back, no matter what. Like, it's not going long. I'm not just trying to kick it up the field. They're getting the ball and they're looking to play out of the back, and they're doing it comfortably from the goalkeepers right along up to, I guess, the center forward. So, turn it on. No. You're in the right space. They're on the right track to peak when we need them to peak in just over 4 weeks.
Yeah. Now, coming back to you young ladies, you got about 3 weeks to go. What are some of the things the coaches are telling you guys, in the lead up to this tournament? Because clearly, as was said earlier, you're playing in Miami. It's going to be hot. You got to hydrate. You got to make sure that you do everything you can to make sure that you're able to fulfill the requirements on the tour. But a lot of that work is done before you actually go. So what are some of the things you've been tasked to do to make sure that you're prepared come trip time? Ajale?
One of the main things that I feel that all the coaches talk about is focus. If you're not focused, then why are you there? You need to be focused on like how you play, what you're doing, what position you're playing. You need to be focused on all of it, because if you're not, then all things are just going like this. You just keep your mind in the right spot.
Kiande?
Mine is that how we train is how we play. If we're not gonna put our all into how we train, that's gonna reflect on how we play later. And if we don't want to put in the work now to be there, to be where we want to be, to be the best, to win, that we're never gonna be able to do that come match day because we haven't trained for that.
Taya?
Like Asia and Keone said, focus is probably one of the big parts that coaches bring up. And like Coach Kita says, every time that we play football, it's an audition, and that's something that I always think about, because every time we play football, like, you have a chance and you have to take that chance, because you never know what's going to happen.
Jayla?
I'm kind of gonna piggyback on what Kiande said. Intensity is what the coaches say almost every training session. Make sure your intensity is high, because if you're not given a high intensity, you're not exactly working at your best. You're not giving full 100%, because if you give full 100%, when it comes to game time, it'll be like a simple game for you.
Mm-hmm. And Coach, you've seen the transformation of many of our young women's teams throughout the last few years. Where would you rate this group as starters? Because, you know, they're just starting out. Some of them, this will be their first international commitment. So looking at it, evaluating it, where would you put them?
Again, that's tricky, right? Because obviously they're playing against the senior women every weekend, and they, you know, the senior women are winning, but not overpowering them. The thing is that the other teams have set the stage for these girls, and the other teams have been our trial and error. So these girls are now getting stuff that we probably wish we could have given those other teams even sooner. So that is that's, if I had to rank it, that's what I would say, is that they're now being exposed to things more. We are implementing more things with them at this age that we maybe had to implement with some women at the senior level, or under 17s or under 20s at their respective level. So as far as ranking one being better than the other, it's very difficult to tell, because as I said, the women are still winning the games when they're playing against them. Some they are great challenges for. So this team is definitely at a very good level at this age than some of the other teams. But again, that's how this process has been designed, is that those other teams set the stage. So when these girls, you know, these girls are old enough, and Danny Watson is young enough that they're going to be teammates soon. So that's the idea behind this whole process, that when that happens, we're now going to be performing how we want to perform. So it's not necessarily that, but this happened so that now this can happen. And these guys are up for the challenge, and they're embracing everything that we threw at them, and they don't even realize that there's more coming at them. But yeah, that's the best way I can explain that. As far as ranking them, it's simply that they're now being exposed a lot quicker.
Sure. I'm going to ask each and every one of you now, what has been the biggest improvement in your game since being a part of this team? Jayla?
I would say my confidence as a defender, definitely my confidence in my decision making, passing to my teammates, scanning and all that. Definitely my confidence in my teammates backing me up on my decision making. So yeah.
Okay. And Taya?
I say my confidence as well, because at the beginning of the season I wasn't really comfortable playing out of the back, and I would just give the ball away. But now I feel more confident on the ball. When there is pressure against me, I feel that, you know, I have enough skill to like play it out the back and not like just give the ball away and giving them an opportunity to score, but able to keep the ball and give opportunities to my team.
Okay. Kiande?
My will to want to improve as a team, because before I used to think me, I'ma dribble, I'ma score, I'ma do everything. But now I realized I can't do it all. That's why there's 11 people on the field. They're all there to back me, to help me, to improve. And that's what that's.
All right. Isle?
kind of piggybacking on what Keondae said, working with your team, working harder, working smarter, it just improves how you play as a team. Like, our team is there for a reason. We're going away together. We're coming back together. We all have to put it out there as a team.
Mm. And Coach, any parting words?
No, you know, everyone has improved. And they are spot on. Coaches always want intelligent players, right? These girls are very intelligent. Every single, I was interested in what their responses was going to be, and every single last one of them nailed it. They nailed it, and Taya's in particular, her confidence in playing out of the back is as a result of her teammates' confidence playing out of the back. Yes, it's they give her options, you know, and it's something that I know Don has been working on. I guess I lost.
No, you're still there.
Okay, something that Don has been working on, and you can tell. And it didn't matter. They don't remember playing the games. Like I said on Sunday, as much as the senior women were pressing, like they were calm and they just attempted to play out of the back and finding the gap. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so excited. I do wish they were 21 and I'm 22 right now, but you know, I'll wait. But it's just a joy to work with these girls and to work under Don, and just to see the magic that is producing and how they have, you know, it's always been Aaron, Vance, and Keita, and to just see how they have taken to Coach Don and understanding his methods, and they see it. They understand that he's not a mean guy. It's get the job done, and that's the biggest thing for me is I look forward to it. I can't wait for training. I wait for his sessions when he sends them through, and I can't wait to get there and see him implement it and be able to add to it. So again, I'm now a part of another coaching team that really excites me and keeps me in a very good space as a coach. So Bermuda, I know this is gonna be televised, and I just hope that everybody just takes the time out to watch these young ladies because they're gonna be extremely impressed. I mean, Errol, come. So if it's nothing on Sunday, come. Actually, no, I might need you Thursday. I think our games move Thursday this week, but I want you to actually come and get some footage of it. You know, if not this week, then the following week to just see them. And you can see how they are trying to play. It's not guesswork. You will know exactly what it is they're trying to do. They all get it. And it's just a beautiful thing.
Well, I have to agree with many people that you young ladies have represented yourselves and your team very well tonight. You've all spoken well with confidence, and we want to wish you all the best in the tour, and continue to encourage your teammates. Encourage them to be like you, not be shy, be outspoken. Sometimes that's good, not all the time though, right, Jayla?
Yeah, that's fine. Be outspoken, nothing wrong with confidence.
I'm just gonna get this smile. Well, again, thank you very much, ladies, and good luck. And definitely, Keita, I will make some time to come and see these young ladies in training and you know, get a little bit of them as they prepare to represent us. And that's
Absolutely.
the entire island in the under 15 women's CONCACAF tournament at the end of the month. Okay, ladies, thank you very much, and good luck. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Based, and have a good night.
You as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.